This is this fabulous piece of software that allows you and up to 4 people to share the same space, move around in it. Let me just get my mouse to where it behaves. Move around in it. Change the point of view. There's a ton of stuff you can do with this. This is really good for constellations if you learn how to use the interface. It's rich. You can do all sorts of things with it. So let's say, for example, well, now let me just show you first who's what. Okay, so now everybody is showing who they are. So that's Dad. This is the client. Can you see my cursor, I hope? This is Mom over here. That's Mom. That's older sister. This is a younger sister who had some kind of untimely death. Inside the little bubble here is something that's a block that we don't know what it is. Sitting over here, so that's a wild card representative, so to speak. It's what Heinz Stark would call it. Over here are waiting to see whether they come in or not, are maternal grandfather and maternal grandfather. So sometimes I might start a constellation by, I've taken the genogram already. I have guidance and thoughts about where to start. So I might set this up with, several figures waiting alongside to be brought in. The client or I can move these things around. Anybody who's in it can move them around. You can make them bigger. You can have them float or actually go up on a pedestal. You can turn them around. You can do all sorts of postures. So watch. Now the hugging is going to look funny without anybody, I'd have to move a figure in here and arrange that a little bit. I'm not going to do that right now. All kinds of things. Here's the classic support. Mom is now supporting somebody, so we could move Mom. This is not who she would typically be supporting, but she could come over here and be supporting her husband. And you can see that it takes a little bit of knowledge to know how to use this. These people, when we set them up, they can talk. So let's, now you can see both how powerful this is and also how you really need to be able to control the interface. So she's now saying, I'm overwhelmed. Let's see, what shall we do next here? These people can have different colors of clothing. They can have different hair colors. I mean, there's just a lot of richness in this. You can show a person's gaze line. You can say, oh, who's that person looking? What is that person looking at? So let's get Dad out of the hug here. You can see these little, you can see the choices I'm making, right? Everybody sees those? Okay. Let's just put him back in standing mode here. All right. A very, very interesting thing in this is, let's say Dad is selected. I've used this to amazing advantage. Let me get rid of this. You can have all of the figures or the selected figure do a random walk. So I'm going to send Dad on a random walk. Or we can, no, I don't want to do all of them right now. That would kind of mess things up. But I've done a number of constellations of this where we did a random walk that put him over. And, you know, the ways in which everything rearranged itself, themselves, was very meaningful. In one case, we did the random walk 3 or 4 times and undid it. There's an undo up here and a redo. So we did a random walk and undid it, and then did another one and undid it, and then did another one and undid it. And the same figure ended up pretty much in the same place on all 3 of them. Now, you know, you might not be used to the field somehow interacting with the computer, but it certainly seems to be able to happen. There's a number of, I'm not sure, let me see if I can somehow, what I don't know is how to get back. Let me just take some questions. Why don't you see if you have any questions about this particular tool here while we're in it. And I cannot see people's faces right now. I don't know why. I guess because I'm doing the screen share. So, Sandy, just help me out, please. Questions, comments, thoughts?
Looks like we've got Patrick with a raised hand.
Yeah, please just.
Oh, yeah, Michael. I remember when this was developed. I think you were a big part of that. So how do we access it? Is that that's something we purchase and then download, and it's available in all formats and all?
You don't. It's a cloud-based tool. I'm on the. If you look at the cursor up, I'm on the cheapest version, which I think is like about $10 a month or something like that.
Okay.
It allows me to only have one project at a time. I don't have enough clients that use this that I can keep, you know, a whole bunch of, you know, that pay a bunch more money for it. I don't get to use it that often because of that. You can take pictures of these things. Now, you can get up to 4 people on video here. So if we were doing a real constellation, I would actually be seeing the other person. The person would be seeing me too. So
do you screen capture it when you do it?
Sorry?
Do you screen capture it when you do it to keep it as a recording on it?
Yes, you can do that. Wait a minute. Again, I haven't been in it for a while.
Okay.
You can record different parts of this and move backwards and forwards through every place that you do a recording. I mean, this is a totally cool tool. The only issue is, like, you got to learn it.